hydroxide at 623 Kelvin and 300 atmospheric pressure. So in this particular case, chlorine is replaced by OH group. Well, the reactions are drastic conditions are there in the reaction. Drastic condition means the temperature is high, 623 Kelvin, and pressure is also high, that is 300 atmospheres. This reaction is known under the name Dow's process. I hope you have noted this point. Dow's process, DOWS, Dow's process. So this is a name reaction. In that way also you have to learn. And the second point is the effect of electron withdrawing group in the benzene ring towards substitution reaction. That means replacement reaction. So here, in example, we have discussed nitro group. Since nitro group belong to the category electron withdrawing group, so that as the number of NO2 group in haloarine increases, the reaction become more simple and the reaction conditions are also become simple. For example, first we have discussed first type reaction where NO2 group in para position, you can see the change. The reaction takes place at normal atmospheric pressure and the temperature also reduced to 443 Kelvin. Okay, and the product obtained is same. Cl is replaced by OH group. And the second case, nitro group is in two positions, first ortho position and then para position. In this case, again, the temperature decreases to 368 Kelvin. And the product, again, the reaction takes place in the similar way. Cl gets replaced by OH group. Okay. And the last case, two ortho positions and one para positions occupied by NO2 group. And again, see the condition. Reaction condition is only in presence of water. Warming is sufficient for the replacement of OH group. Replacement of Cl by OH group. Just warming with water, Cl gets replaced by OH group. So this is the effect of electron withdrawing group in benzene ring towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. So this is important. This is the important fact that you can note it down which one. As the number of electron withdrawing group in benzene ring increases, the reaction condition also has changed, improved. Reaction condition become very simple. So this is the topic we have discussed. Now let us continue with the same reaction. Okay, so now I am presenting now. So let us have some examples of the same type of reaction. Any two examples you can remember. Okay, so Write the next reaction. You can write the reaction chlorobenzene. Write the structure chlorobenzene. Then you can write, since halogen atom is ortho-para-directing, halogen atom is ortho-para-directing, substitution takes place at ortho and para position. Substitution takes place at ortho and, am I audible to you? Am I audible? Students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When I ask something related to this, please tell me, because can't make out whether all are there or not. Okay. So since halogen atom is ortho-para-directing, substitution takes place at ortho and para. Substitution takes place at ortho and para position, forms two types of products. Forms two types of product. Two types of product means two products are there. One is ortho substituted product, another is para substituted product. Okay, so this is the first thing you have to understand, because the reaction is on the basis of that only. So first reaction you can write halogenation. Write the first reaction, halogenation. Halogenation means substitution of halogen. Substitution of halogen. Okay, substitution of halogen, and here you can write the equation. First you draw the structure of chlorobenzene. Benzene ring with the chlorine. Benzene ring with the chlorine. Then next is plus Cl2. Plus Cl2, because for chlorination we need chlorine only. And above arrow you can mention, above the arrow, FeCl3. What do you mean by FeCl3? Very good. FeCl3. FeCl3 you can mention. It is considered as the reason. So what is the specialty of FeCl3? It is anhydrous. Anhydrous FeCl3. Anhydrous FeCl3. Okay. Anhydrous FeCl3. And right side the arrow. So apply two parts. One is, I will tell you the name of the product. 1,4-dichlorobenzene. Another is 1,2-dichlorobenzene. 1,4. 1,4 means para position is occupied by chlorine atom. But there is no change in the chlorine atom. It remains there only. Okay. And second reaction is, second product is chlorine is there, and with that chlorine in the ortho position. So it is 1,2-dichlorobenzene. Dichloro. Maybe some network issue here, so I can understand, because it is also not coming. Okay, now it is okay. Okay, this is all about chlorination, halogenation. Second reaction you can write nitration. Say only and equation is sufficient. No need of explanation. Okay, write the same reaction, nitration, and in bracket you can write nitration is the substitution of nitro group, NO2 group. Nitration is substitution of NO2 group. substitution of NO2 group. And what is the reagent in nitration? Nitrating mixture. What is nitrating mixture? 1:1 proportion, 1:1 ratio of concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. 1:1 proportion of concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay. So I will do this process again. Now I am coming back. I'll try to do it again. Now also it's not coming. So this is the second reaction you can write, and write down the product obtained. What are the products obtained? First product obtained is 4. So nitrating agent is nitric acid, HNO3, and sulfuric acid is function as dehydrating agent, because the one byproduct is formed during the reaction, and that is water. So sulfuric acid is used for the purpose of removal of water formed during the reaction. So the nitrate mixture is important. Next reaction is sulfonation. Write the name, sulfonation reaction. Sulfonation means a substitution of sulfonyl group. Sulfonation means substitution of sulfonyl group, and sulfonyl group is SO3H. SO3H is sulfonyl group, and write the equation. Chlorobenzene. Chlorobenzene, again we can use the same reactant, and sulfonating agent is concentrated sulfuric acid. Sulfonating agent is concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay. And two products are obtained at the same time. One reaction condition is there. Which is the reaction condition? The reaction condition is heating. The temperature is not important. Heating sign you can write, delta you can put. Okay. Heating sign is there, and we get two products. One is ortho substituted chlorobenzene, and second is para substituted. Substituted means what? SO3H group you can introduce in the benzene ring. SO3H group. Okay. SO3H group you can introduce. So wait one. Put in the para position, then chlorine atom, there will be no change. It will be remains there. So this is all about the reactions. Reactions, that means first reaction is over. So the first reaction is electro substitution reaction, and these all reactions are coming under the category electrophilic substitution reaction. This is coming under the category second type. Okay, so you can put at the heading. So heading, you can put that nucleophilic substitution we have done in the last class. That means replacement of hydroxy group. Now this is regarding electrophilic substitution reaction. You can put at the beginning, means before chlorination, you can put it as electrophilic substitution reaction as the major heading. Okay. Maybe we did not mention it at the beginning, so you can mention it there. Okay. So this is all about a reaction with the uh, electrophilic substitution reaction. Now let us think about last reaction. It is there in the slide. You can see the slide. Reaction with the metals. Reaction with the metals. Okay. Reaction with the metals. Here we will discuss only one reaction. That means reaction with the sodium. Maybe you can remember that in haloalkene we have discussed one reaction called the Woods reaction. With the sodium in ether medium, we get a symmetrical alkane. Symmetrical alkane. So this is one reaction we have discussed, and here we have to first discuss which reaction. This one. We can write this name: Fittig reaction. Fittig reaction. Fittig. Fittig. Fittig reaction. Okay. Now write this reactant. This is again haloarine. Instead of X, you can put chlorine, and 2-chlorobenzene are required. 2-chlorobenzene. 2 sodium are required. And Now, am I audible? Are you all there, students? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Connectivity problem was there, so that's why. Okay. So, I think we have discussed reaction with metals, right? So, reaction with metal. First reaction we have discussed Wittig reaction, and next reaction is Woods-Wittig reaction. Woods-Wittig reaction means Woods-Wittig reaction means one reactant from Woods reaction, one reactant from Woods reaction, and Wittig. So that's why the reaction is known under the name Woods-Wittig reaction. Okay, so you can write the product. What is the product obtained? Now the screen is visible. Say yes or no. Screen is okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you written Wittig reaction? Wittig reaction. Have you written?
No.
Written? Students, have you written Wittig reaction?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now write Woods-Wittig reaction. Wittig reaction is the combination of Woods reaction and Wittig reaction. Okay. So only reaction is sufficient, equation is sufficient, ether medium is very important, and here we get the product. Instead of imagine instead of halogen we can put chlorine, and instead of R we can put CH3. So we can write a specific example: chlorobenzene plus Na plus chloromethane. Okay, so in ether medium we get a toluene. So one specific example also you can write. So this is all about Woods-Wittig reaction. Now this is the point. These are the points regarding reactions of haloarine. Okay. So now we will come back to our class. There is one topic here, and the name of the topic is polyhalogen compound. Okay. So I will tell you this topic is deleted for the examination. Not totally deleted. Preparation, property, and uses. But it is not mentioned that polyhalogen compounds altogether are deleted from the syllabus. So let us have just a quick revision to think about what are polyhalogen compound. Only elementary idea. Let us think about only elementary idea. Not much, but a few points we have to think about. Polyhalogen compounds means, poly means what? Many. Polyhalogen compounds means compounds with more than one halogen atom. Compounds with more than one halogen atom. These all compounds are known under the name polyhalogen compound. Which are they? Dichloromethane, chloroform, iodoform, carbon tetrachloride, freon, dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane. So these are examples of polyhalogen compound. We have to write only the name and the structure. That is more than sufficient. Okay. So not uses and properties. So let us first look at this particular example. Methylene chloride. Methylene chloride is also called the chloroform. You can write the formula CHCl3. CHCl3. It is called the chloroform, CHCl3. Now, dichloromethane is easy to understand because methane means what? CH4. Two hydrogen atoms are replaced by chlorine. So, the formula is CH2Cl2. Okay, formula sufficient. Okay, written. Next. Dichloromethane uses we don't want. Okay, chloroform formula you have written, and IUPAC name trichloromethane. IUPAC name of chloroform trichloromethane. Okay, then it is for your general information. Normally chloroform one use it has. Which use it has? It is used as a, it can be used as a, anyone can say the use of chloroform? Huh? Any one. Anesthetic purpose, right? Anesthetic. So anesthetic means before the, suppose some major operations are there, doctors normally used to apply chloroform, not fully. Okay. But 10 years back, it was already banned, totally banned. Why? Because of this reason. What is the reason? When chloroform is exposed to air, it gets oxidized and a poisonous gas is produced. What is this poisonous gas? Phosgene. Look at the name. Phosgene. See the formula COCl2. Why I am telling you this? Because phosgene is different, phosphine is different. PHOSPHENE, another compound is there. So that's why I think I have to discuss this with you. Okay, only mention that when we expose chloroform in air, a poisonous gas is produced and it is a health hazard to the patients. That's why it is totally banned. Chloroform is totally banned, and even it is not available in the lab. Okay. Next one, iodoform. Maybe this is familiar to you. You know the use. Anybody can say what is iodoform? And what is the use of iodoform? Anyone? Anyone? Very good. आमिर ने बोला है क्या?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay, very good. So it has antiseptic use. Antiseptic. So iodoform is for using for that purpose, and you can remember the formula CHI3. Okay, CHI3. It is only for your general information. Okay. Then iodoform use, it is already there in the figure. Carbon tetrachloride, CCl4. This is a lab reagent, laboratory reagent also. Look at the formula CCl4. Carbon tetrachloride. Okay. Then it has many use. Last, second last, not last. Freons. What is freon? Okay, what is freon? Freon is a very toxic substance, and it creates so much problem, health issues. You look at the formula. What is the chemical name, IUPAC's name? Dichloro difluoromethane, CCl2F2, freons. It is related to depletion of ozone layer. This is the main reason behind depletion of ozone layer, freons. What are the uses of freons? In our day-to-day life, where we are using this freons, it is used as a antifreeze. It is used in refrigerator. Now, but nowadays it has replaced. Refrigerant. Look at this, refrigerant. Last one, this one. You can write the full form. DDT. Dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. Dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. Okay. And IUPAC name is also given, 2,2-bis, bis, tris, and all. We will discuss in another chapter, coordination compound. Okay. Now you can write 2,2-bis. Para-dichlorophenyl 1,1,1 trichloroethane. Okay. Structure is not given, no need of structure even. DDT, you know the use, pesticide. So this is all about the chapter haloalkane and haloarene. Okay, the chapter is over. Okay, so this is the smallest chapter of organic chemistry. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you. If any problem is there, we will discuss all doubt in the next class. Not today. Day after tomorrow we have one period. So in between try to see all the topics related to the chapter. So we will discuss all doubts in the next class. Okay. So what I feel that today we'll start the next chapter also. And the next chapter, what I want to discuss with you, it is the next chapter called alcohols, phenols and ethers. Okay. So we will start this chapter today itself. Alcohols, phenols, ethers. Why I am taking this chapter? Because this is totally related to the previous chapter. Okay, so these two chapters together you can also learn well. So that's why it is better we will discuss this chapter after haloalkane and haloarene. So then after that there is a break of organic chemistry. Then we will choose any inorganic or physical chapter. Okay, so today you can write the heading alcohols, phenols and ethers. Okay, alcohols, phenols and ethers. Written the heading. This is the chapter, next chapter. So we will have an introduction of this chapter now first. Just an introduction. Okay. Alcohols. What are alcohols? Generally, what are alcohols? It is an introduction, but you know so many things related to alcohols. Alcohols are organic compounds with the OH functional group. Okay, organic compounds with OH functional group. So those compounds are known under the name alcohols. So when one hydrogen atom of an alkane replaced by OH group, we get a alcohol. So it is already mentioned in the screen. You can see that methane. Example, methane. 4 hydrogen atoms are there. One of the hydrogen atom is replaced by OH. So we get a methyl alcohol. Methyl alcohol is the common name. Methanol is the IUPAC name. Okay. So hydroxyl group is the functional group of alcohol. OH group is the functional group of alcohol. Now, second point is classification of alcohol. Very important. So there are two major ways of classification of alcohol. First classification is on the basis of number of OH group in the compound, number of OH group. Second classification is on the basis of position of OH group. So in the slide, it is mentioned on the basis of position of OH group. Okay. So this is the first classification. This classification is based on position of OH group. Okay. You can see that the first case, OH group is present at the primary carbon atom. Primary carbon, if you forgot the definition, primary carbon, you can understand that point first. Primary carbon is the carbon at which only one carbon forms a sigma bond. It means out of 4 valencies of carbon, 1 valency is satisfied by means of another carbon. Only one valency. Look at this carbon atom. 1 valency is satisfied with the carbon atom, and rest of the valency, 2 valencies are satisfied by hydrogen and 1 valency satisfied by OH group. So this carbon is known as primary carbon. OH is attached to primary carbon. Therefore, the alcohol is known under the name primary alcohol. Very important. Write this primary alcohol. In bracket, you can write functional group of primary alcohol is you can write this only CH2OH, and before CH you can put a dash. Dash means a valency of carbon. That means first you put a hyphen, then write CH2OH. This is the functional group of primary alcohol. Okay. Now come to the second one. This carbon is known as secondary carbon because out of 4 valency, 2 valencies are satisfied by 2 carbon. Look at this. Right side 1 carbon is there and left side also 1 carbon is there. So 2 valencies of this carbon satisfied by means of carbon atom. Therefore this carbon is called the secondary carbon. And OH group is attached to secondary carbon. Therefore this alcohol is called secondary alcohol, 2-degree alcohol. And in bracket you can write functional group of secondary alcohol is CHOH. Write this, CHOH. And you put 2 hyphens along with the carbon. These 2 hyphens, 2 dash, representing 2 valencies of carbon atom. So this is the functional group of secondary alcohol. And the third one is tertiary alcohol. Look at this carbon. 3 valencies of carbon atoms are satisfied by means of carbon atoms, other carbon, 1, 2 and 3 carbon. So this carbon is tertiary carbon and OH attached to tertiary carbon. Therefore it is called tertiary alcohol. And functional group of tertiary alcohol, first you write C, then above C you can mention 1 dash and below also 1 dash and left side also 1 dash. These 3 dashes represent 3 valencies of carbon, and after that on the right side you can put a hyphen, then write OH. So that means COH is the functional group of tertiary alcohol. So on the basis of position of OH group, there are 3 types of alcohols. First is called the primary alcohol, 1-degree alcohol. Second is secondary alcohol, 2-degree. And third one is tertiary alcohol or 3-degree alcohol. Functional group of primary alcohol is CH2OH. Functional group of secondary alcohol is CHOH. And functional group of tertiary alcohol is COH. So this is the first classification. So second classification is on the basis of number of OH group. On the basis of number of OH group, alcohols are classified as monohydric alcohol, dihydric, trihydric, etc. So mono means what? Normally a benzene ring with 1 OH group. It is called phenol, or CH3OH. It is monohydric. And in this case you can see benzene ring 2 OH groups are there. Therefore this compound is an example of dihydric alcohol. And this is the second example, trihydric alcohol. Trihydric. So these all names we will discuss during nomenclature. No need to write this name. Only example of dihydric, trihydric you can mention. Polyhydric means, look at the structure of glucose. What is glucose? C6H12O6. Each carbon, there is 1 OH group. Okay. And here it is oxygen only. It is not a carbon, oxygen. These all structures we will discuss later. Okay. So this is all about classification on the basis of number of OH group. So I think I'll stop sharing now. So I'm coming back. We will continue in the next class. Okay. We will continue. Now I'm stop recording.